I genuinely felt it on my leg. I felt it run past me. And he was like, well, why are you so scared? It's running away from you. Because it just ran into me. Like, that's why. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm trying to be a little bit quiet because I think my next door neighbour might be in. Obviously, it's Halloween. By the time I post this, it's Halloween, but it's actually the night before Halloween. And I don't really know what's more scary because Christmas isn't scary, but the night before Christmas is definitely scary. So I'm hoping that what I discuss in this video doesn't come back to bite me because karma is bad. If you want to just skip ahead straight to the story part and you don't want a little bit the background sort of behind why I'm telling this story, then that's fine. I'll post a timestamp around here, then you can do that. But basically, I'm not superstitious. I am not paranormally minded. I neither agree nor disagree with it. Like, I can't agree with it. Like, sitting there arguing with ghosts. I neither believe it or disbelieve it. But that was until about 3 weeks ago. So what I'm about to tell you happened to me 3 weeks ago. I'm telling you guys now because obviously it's Halloween and it's all built up and stuff. But I am so scared to tell you really what happened, even though it's only minor, that I'm doing it technically not at night. I'm sat on the floor because I feel a little bit safer. I've got all of my lights on, candles in the background. Like, I've made this so that this is nice and relaxing for me to tell you guys, even though now I'm going to tell you, you're going to be like, that's nothing, like this happened to me. But it's not a competition. Really, really briefly, what I'm about to say happened. Like, it happened. I was there. I was the only person there, and it definitely happened. I'm not making this up. I'm not telling you stories because it's Halloween and I think, yeah, I'm going to jump on the bandwagon. That's not me. This happened. Another tiny little thing that I want to say is that I'm actually really scared to tell you this because I'm scared that whatever it was will come back for me. And I know that it won't, and I'll tell you why I know that it won't at the end of the video. But I'm just a little bit scared that telling you this will bring it back. I really, really don't want that. So I work in a pentagon-shaped building. Like, I don't actually work in a pentagon, but if from a bird's eye view, it looks like a pentagon. Is that the right shape? Yeah, something like that. And it has 2 floors. So it's got the first floor, the second floor, and you can walk all the way around the pentagon like a circle, and it loops all the way around, a bit like a figure of 8. I work really silly hours. So I'm a shift worker. I do nights, half nights, days, earlies, lates. You name it, I work it. I work 24 hours around the clock. Obviously not all the time, that would be really, really tiring. So about 3 weeks ago, I was on a set of nights, and downstairs we have a department that work, and upstairs we have 2 departments that work. The night shifts go from 10 o'clock at night until 6 o'clock in the morning, and if you're on a half night, you're working 4 in the afternoon until 2 in the morning. So at about 2:30 in the morning, that means that the upstairs department, not my department, but the other one, are no longer working. They've all gone home, it's late. It also means that the downstairs department have all gone home, it's late. Which means that there's only me and my department that are currently in the building and working. There was only 3 of us in the building at the time. It was 2:30, roughly, like give or take. 3 of us in the building. 2 of them are upstairs at the desks typing up stuff, and I was upstairs as well for obviously that bit of time. But there was no one else. I cannot put that into words enough. I'm scared. There is a corridor downstairs, and I operate from upstairs, but downstairs there's a corridor. And if you walk through the corridor, you almost walk through, like, halfway through the pentagon. Does that make any sense? So you have your pentagon, and then there's a corridor that gets you from, like, this bit till, like, the end. For some reason, like, I've been working in this building since January, and for some reason no one really likes what is past the corridor. So you go through the corridor, and then there's a huge room and, like, loads of little rooms along it. I used to use the corridor for stuff to do with my job, But I don't know how many years ago, but a few years back, it was basically like decommissioned, like no one uses it. And the higher ups, so like our line managers, just decided that we weren't going to use it anymore. We were going to save money on the staff, and then we can go elsewhere if we ever needed to use that facility. So that's fine, it's all in order. But as I said, no one likes it. No one likes going down there. No one likes going into the big rooms or the little rooms. There are few rooms at the very end that for some reason just no one likes going there, and it's a very universal thing, but no one knows why. Back to the story. I was upstairs with my 2 colleagues. We're the only ones about, and I know that because you have to have a tag access to get into nearly any of the rooms, to be completely honest, so that line managers know where you are. That's not the reason why, I'm just like messing. I needed to go downstairs through the corridor to get to the big room, which is where we now keep all of our stationery. We have our notebooks, our pens, like everything that you need is down this horrible corridor. So I usually go down there if I have to, and especially now, especially after this, I always take my phone with me, because if I needed to contact someone or if something happened, I would probably panic and I'd need someone there. But I went down there. I went down there because I was putting a letter in the post, which is right next to it. Right next to the place where we keep our notebooks. That's what I was posting. I was posting a letter. And so I've posted my letter. So I've walked down there. Walked down the stairs. I've walked down the nice corridors. I've turned this way, right. I've turned right into the post room. I've put my letter in the outbox tray. So it's all fine. It's still eerie, but it's only really eerie because it's 2:30 in the morning. There's no one about, and because everyone else has told me like they don't like it, whereas I never really had much of an issue with it, but everyone else did. So I thought, well, you're all a little bit silly. They were definitely not lying. So after I've put my letter in the outbox tray, I then turn around and I go to walk back up the nice corridor, up the stairs to where I was currently working. So I start walking, and very, very quickly after I've got onto the nice corridor, I hear very, very distinguished footsteps behind me. Like, they are distinguished. It sounded like my year 8 tap shoes on the concrete, even though obviously our floors aren't concrete, we're inside. And I knew for a fact it was not my shoes because my soles are a hard rubber. They're not metal, or they're not like, they wouldn't make that noise. It was a bit like stilettos, and I can't explain the noise, but they were clear as day. Hand on heart, not lying, clear as day footsteps behind me. So I'm thinking, at that time it wasn't that scary. I just turned around because I was thinking, who else is here? Like, why are they working late? So I turn around, nothing there. Literally, no one was there. No one. So I'm getting goosebumps. So I turn around, nothing. So I'm like, right. In my head, didn't think anything of it at all, because it could have just been me just messing. Carry on walking. A few more steps. Footsteps go again. Clear as day. Like, I heard them, like there was someone behind me, except at this point, when I'd walked a few more steps, there were no more rooms to come off of. So no one could have been hiding in a doorway. There was literally, like I say, there was no one there at all. So I'm like, that's really, really creepy. Really creepy. Carry on walking, I don't really hear anything. So I've walked to the end of the corridor now, and now I've pushed open the door. I'm about to go up the stairs to get to my office. I get to the 3rd step, and now I try and skip that step. I get to the 3rd step, and I didn't hear anything, I didn't see anything, but all of a sudden, something genuinely ran past me with such force it literally brushed my leg, and that's the only way I can describe it. It genuinely brushed my leg. Oh my god, look. Like, I've got goosebumps telling you this. I really, really don't like doing it. It honestly, it was like it was running away from something. It definitely wasn't running to me because it ran straight past me. And it was only my leg really that it made contact with. Whatever it was, it just vroom, like, it was so weird. And then all of a sudden I've panicked, I froze, like, what do I do? I've gone to run up the stairs, but I can't run that way because whatever that was has just run that way and I don't want to be anywhere near it. I can't really turn around and run backwards because I heard the footsteps, so that might be what it is running from. So I'm like stuck. I really, really gingerly walked up the stairs thinking, what on earth has just happened to me? And I get into my office and there are the two colleagues. Well, they haven't just gone past me, and had they have gone the whole way around, I would have been there a lot quicker than them, a lot quicker. So I said to one of my colleagues, is downstairs working? Like, is there anyone else here, or is it just us today? Trying not to let on to the fact that what has just happened has happened. And he says, no, it's just us two. It's us two. The rest are all out at jobs. I'm like, right, okay. Went, what's up? And I went, nothing. I was just curious. Like, it sounds really silly because it's just so, it's such a small little story, but whatever that was, like, yeah, it scared me. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I felt it on my leg. I felt it run past me. I heard the footsteps behind me. Like, you can't make all of that up. And even if my brain was overreacting or over-imagining something, I'm just thinking to myself, why would I have made all of those specific things up? There was definitely something behind me. It was definitely walking and I could hear it. The stairs are quite big. Why did it have to brush into me? They're huge. They're huge stairs. Like, you could fit 2 or 3 people side by side on them. You didn't have to be that rude, did you? Now every time I go down there, I take my phone and I take a torch, and I sometimes refuse to go if it's too late at night because I get scared, and I'm a bit of a princess when it comes to things like that. That is genuinely my whole story. Like, it wasn't that interesting as such, I guess, but I just wanted to share with you my little paranormal experience. Oh, I told my boyfriend actually straight after, and he was like, well, why are you so scared? It's running away from you. Because it just ran into me. Like, that's why. I'm really, really curious if you like this sort of stuff. If you have, like, another example as to how this might have happened, like, I genuinely felt it on my leg. I felt it run past me. So if there's a scientific reason why that might have happened or why I might have felt something on my leg, please put it in the comments. Not because I disbelieve that it was anything paranormal, but it's because I like to see both sides. So if you're a science geek, which I'd love to be, but don't have the brain cells, I'd love to know what you come up with. And that is literally everything. I wasn't really going to tell you because I was just a little bit scared, but I'm glad that I did. I'm glad I got it off of my chest. I now feel a lighter person, weight lifted off of me. I really don't, and tomorrow I'm still going to go down there with my torch and my phone, so it's all good, it's all good. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a wonderful Halloween. See you later. Bye.